Really? Do you mind? I'm trying to record a video. And you three want to leave me alone? For about 5 minutes to let me record a video. Alright, that's the start to my video. Right, let's get talking to it. We're not doing a doggy video, it's not that type of video today. So, in today's video, I want to talk about essentially an ecosystem tank. So what is it? How can you recreate it? So an ecosystem aquarium is a aquarium just for plants and pretty much a low stock and fish. Which this tank is, to be fair. There's only 6 females, about 6 female betas, about 10 tetras, 3 platies, and about 10 chase shrimps, as well as any bristles plague, which I can't see what the plague is today. But this tank has got, obviously, without with the cherry shrimp, about 40 odd fish in here. This tank, filter-wise, I will have a disclaimer on this tank. This tank does have a sponge filter, but it's only a little sponge filter. It's not even like the little big ones which they do. It's like one is meant to be on that size aquarium. So that's the only sponge filter I do have. Now, why do I have a sponge filter on you? I like to have sponge filter just to keep the water movement, and I'll create just to keep the water moving at top of the surface. That won't be standing too still. But other than that, this tank, pretty much filter-wise, is based on plants. This is essentially an ecosystem. Like, the fish get fed, they create poop. So then the shrimp are eating that poop, as well as they do get fed the more food as well. As you can tell, there's a bit of female aggression going on, but not much I can really do about that, about taking the female. And then the shrimp gets fed, and then that shrimp becomes... then after they poop and waste, then becomes natural food for the plants. This isn't even a plant I liked, by the way. This is just plants that I had. Which one of them, this one plant, I cut back from my actual planting tank and then started growing in here, which is doing really well. I know for some people this would be messy and it wouldn't look nice, but to me this does look lovely. And now the reason I'm saying that for is because this is what essentially would look like in Mother Nature if you stuck your head in the water. Obviously, a bit dirtier. I kind of lost my point now. So yeah, a lot of people would say this tank is a bit dirty, but at the same time, I quite like it, even with the algae on the glass, like over here. Obviously, this is just where I can't reach because of the rocks and stuff and gravel. Obviously, there's a bit of algae on the back as well as a bit here on the front, obviously, which I need to sort out myself. But other than that, this tank is pretty much run on its plants. So is an ecosystem a better way? It is possible to do it a better way. But honestly, yes, you can create an ecosystem where you could do low maintenance. Like, I only done water change on this once, and that was about a month ago. Ever since, I haven't done anything ever since. I mean, to be fair, I'm not water changes on my main tanks either, but we were with that. And even my mill beta tank, even though, yeah, okay, he's got a bit of algae going on with the side BA. But again, his plant is fully planted. He just sort that tank out. I think I'm going to move it somewhere else. Obviously, I'm going to leave this tank here because I just quite like it. So it runs completely on, plants. So, I really want to create this idea again in my favourite tank. This tank is currently running on 2 mechanical filters. I think ideally what I want to do is place these with sponge filters, so obviously keeping some type of filter in it, but I'm just completely planting this tank up completely. I mean, like having this big boy in the back corner, slowly and from, creating a nice wood statuary on that side, and having it slowly come down this way, and just having big plants all the way down to small plants. There'll be keeping that plenty of swimming space. Bearing in mind the tank, like, I think generally we could create a nice ecosystem tank in here. There's obviously two fish that got a fish in here that are going to go in that beta tank anyway, in the free float beta tank. But this tank then will become less maintenance, which at the moment I'm kind of going to do water changing it every 2 weeks. I could kind of do water tests every so often just to make sure everything's alright. Obviously, I can still do water tests anyway because I like to try to do them every once a month or something. But can we really create an ecosystem that would actually be, one, would be less maintenance, and two, is it possible? I think it would generally be possible on this size a tank. So like I said, so I want to go down to sponge filters. I mean, heavy plant this tank. At the moment, I'm not really too bothered or stressed about this tank. So let's give you guys a quick update on the goldfish tank. I also have a similar idea which I want to do with this tank. Now, this idea is going to be quite similar to the dropper tank. Is also again trying to create an equal system. Instead of doing aquarium plants, I want to do pond plants in here. So I want to create pond, like, probably, again, I'm going to rescape this tank. I don't really like it, but obviously for goldfish, I need to kind of base some mind and keep that move. The plenty of fishing room, swimming room, as well as groom room. So this tank will become officially a fancy goldfish tank as well. Blackie will be joining in a pond. Just in case you're wondering, I usually have like 4 fish in here. Silvery, which is my oldest goldfish, that she died about the age of 16. She sadly passed away with us on Monday. She had a sunburn problem. She's had it for years, and it went from being really, really good with her to completely in absolutely hell. So Tuesday she passed away. Obviously I'm a little bit set about, because obviously she was an old girl and the rest of it. But generally things gotta keep moving on, and like I said, I think it's just time for him. Time for Blackie. They're going to try the pond family, and then we have this tank as a fully fancy tank. And I think in about 8 to 10 fancies, as the 2 that really go included. We'll get some more bulbs. We'll get some other fish that'll do really well, goldfish. I know from my own personal experience. So we'll create this as a community goldfish tank, as well as as a ecosystem for the goldfish tank. Because my idea is to use pond plants. I got an idea for lily pads as well to grow in here. I already got a shop that is going to show the lily pads, which is great news. Just actually need to go out and buy some pond plants and try to set this up. Honestly, I'm going to place in these filters with a plant pot filter. And again, we're going to grow plants at the year, so I'm kind of debating to do pond plants that do well to the water, or using house plants that I know is going to do well with the water quality, like Pampos, a spider plant, and some other different plants, which obviously at the moment I got this set up. I haven't really got it set up. In the last video, in my last Tranter Pets video, I did show you how I built it, and hopefully soon I will have a video actually finish that off, as well as completely escaping this tank. I want to again redesign this tank. Like I said, Blackie is joining the pond, and we'll make this into a fully fancy tank. I'm actually going to the petrol tomorrow and buying some hotel catfish. They do temporarily have to go in a different tank, so I can grow them out. As at the moment they are a little bit small. I think actually maybe with just these 2 they might be alright. But I'll make my mind out for more if I put him in the pond today or even tomorrow. So, you know, that's also going to be another fun project that is coming up on the Tranter show. So if you do want to see pond plants and ecosystem tanks moving forward, I think you guys should like and subscribe. Because I reckon these projects are not just going to be fun for me to actually do, or, you know, interesting or learning something new for me, but I think this is also going to work out for you guys as well in the long run. So I recommend to subscribe now, ready for them videos. I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks that we will get this tank done. At the moment, this tank is kind of my main priority because obviously I'm just from Brian with the goldfish tank, and I want to, you know, do some work with it. Whereas the Tranter tank I'm quite happy with at the moment, and obviously I want to do some work with that in when I got 5 minutes. So I think a little Blackie, I say little, Blackie will be joining the pond family, and I will make that into a video or add it into a video data line. He's such a beautiful fish. I am tempted to keep him in, but at the same time I'm thinking, you know, if I truly want to make this a truly fancy tank, he needs to go in the pond. But yeah, if you guys do want to see Blackie in his forever home in my big pond, as well as then to see pond plants growing in a goldfish tank, as well as then our tropical tank being on a ecosystem. Maybe I'll have to try this tank with lily pads as well. Imagine if I could grow lily pads in this tank as well as a goldfish tank. That would be awesome. So I might have to try that as well. Try growing at least lily pads. I can make that really cool as well, because I also need a plant pot to grow the lily pads in, because obviously they need ponds. Actually, I'll make a video on that. But I generally could make this tank really awesome. But so the first project is the Melbiter tank. He's got to move, and then also we sort out the goldfish tank, and then we sort this bad boy out at the same time, or roughly about the same time, more or less. Look at this angel, and he's just so pretty. And also we get more fish then for this bad boy as well as then for the goldfish. But I think ecosystems are going to be the way forward from here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.